Welcome back to A Milli Method in our Career Readiness series. Today, we're going to be covering Lesson 3. What kind of Labubu are you when nobody's watching? Welcome back, class. Some of the things that we've covered so far is what your Labubu looks like, some qualities that you're currently working on, what makes a Labubu rare. But today, we're going to be talking about what are you doing every day to make sure that your Labubu is increasing in value and that you are becoming a more quality and rare person. Let's tune in. Today's gonna be a bit more of an active class where I'm gonna give you a few scenarios and you're gonna work with your peers and your teacher to discover how your actions affect your Labubu and how they affect who you are becoming as a person. This is important because there are a lot of wonderful people out there, but what differentiates people who are good and nice and even people who are bad from people who are progressing are people who take opportunities to grow and change. So we're gonna do some scenario-based questions today. We're gonna be figuring out what it is that you can do in a situation to that one extra mile, to take that one extra step, the thing that a lot of people in today's day and age call doing too much. At this moment, your instructors are gonna have the 5 different scenarios I want us to cover. You're gonna speak about it as a class. Then I'm gonna come back and give you my thoughts on every single one of these scenarios. I'll see you in a bit. Scenario number 1 was, what would you do if you see someone drop their books in the hallway? I want us to practice honesty. I know many people may have said, oh, I would bend down and help them with their things. I want you to truly reflect on yourself. Remember, this lesson today is about what do you do when no one is looking? At that moment, when that person drops that book, yes, there's a lot of people looking, but more importantly, you should be looking within yourself. Because if you wrote on your paper, or if you said in front of that class today that you would go and help them, then I expect you to do that. And you should expect yourself to do that because you have now set a new standard for your personality. And for those of you who said, nothing, I'll just walk past, you're also not really in the wrong. Because as long as you didn't write in your paper that that was something that you would do, if that's not something that you see growth in you, then maybe it's just a personality trait of yours. But you need to start thinking to yourself, man, maybe I should try to be a little bit more out there. And ask yourself the question, why wouldn't you help them? Is it just because you're embarrassed? Or is it because you are not thinking about anybody outside of yourself? All of these things factor in when it comes to your career choices and your life choices. Let's get into scenario number 2. You don't understand your math homework. I know a lot of us struggle the material that we're currently covering. But you know what else I know is a lot of us are using a lot of technology and AI to do these things. You really got to start reflecting on that behavior though, because if you're turning in assignments as if they were your own, and you're really just running them through a computer software system, sure, you can get an A, you can get 100, whatever the case may be, but you're lying to yourself. You're not learning anything. You're not walking away getting any of the materials. Think about our first class. When I asked you to list 5 things about your personality that you want to work on, 5 things that make your Labubu rare, 5 things that you want your Labubu to do. If you put that in an AI system, it's going to give you 5 answers. But do any of them really pertain to you? Did any of those thoughts come to your mind? Probably not. And that's part of the factors that you're not thinking for yourself. You're not making decisions based on your emotions and your dreams. So you need to really start thinking, you know, if I don't understand my math homework, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna cheat or am I gonna ask for help? And in the career field and in real life, everybody, you have to ask for help in order to get better. Scenario number 3. Somebody getting left out at lunch. Okay, I'm gonna sit back on this one. I understand that in today's day and age, that is a sensitive topic. Because one of the main things that I know about your generation that I'm hearing more and more these days is I don't talk to anyone unless they talk to me first. I know there's some chuckling going on in the classroom. I know someone was like, yo, facts. But I'm gonna tell you the truth, everybody. That is so unhealthy to your growth. Being invested in this Labubu idea, that doesn't help your rarity at all. Humans, we are part of a community. So when you are omitting yourself from your community, you're on a single path that is not really gonna lead you to greatness. We all need people who lift us up. We all need that teacher who's in front of you in the class right now. We all need each other. I need people. It's part of what makes you great. It's part of what helps you grow. Many of you probably wrote, I will leave them alone. I don't want to bother them. Having your headphones on and looking down at your phone doesn't mean that you want to be bothered. We need to focus on different ways to communicate, everybody. If everybody's on their phone and looking down, who is the one making a difference? Who is the one standing out? It can be you, and it should be you. And I'm gonna hold you to it. If you wrote on your paper, I would go talk to them and have them hang out with me, then stand on business. And for the people that are like, I would just leave them, you need to start asking yourself why. Why would you not want to make a difference to this person? These are all important questions that help you improve. Question number 4. You make a mistake in class and you feel embarrassed. Boo-hoo! Boo-hoo! So what? Who cares? Some of the greatest people of all time have all made it by being embarrassed. You don't think when Michael Jordan was a kid and he was bricking shots and shooting air balls and tripping over, you don't think he was embarrassed? You don't think Kevin Hart dropped some bad jokes, or Drewski Kaisenat sat in a room by himself for months, years, before he blew up and became who he is? And I know a lot of you want to be a streamer and you want to be an influencer. Let me tell you all a newsflash. That requires for you to be embarrassing. So what happened? You raised your hand in class and you got the question wrong and everybody laughed at you. So what? Nobody else raised their hand? Nobody else is shining out of the box. You are shining now. You are showing people that you are willing to take a stance. You are showing people that you are willing to make a difference. Getting embarrassed is one of the best things to happen to you, because you know what happens eventually? You get used to it. You get used to it and it's not embarrassing anymore. Now you're just doing things because it makes you feel better and because it makes you stronger. You have a chance to help your teacher with prepping the classroom. We look at adults as the ones that should be helping us, but making a difference starts in all capacities. When you step out of your comfort zone and make a difference, it goes far. And think about this. When a great opportunity comes, who pops in their mind? You. When it comes to maybe getting some scholarship, being the first out to get lunch, anything, teachers will remember the good things that you've done for them because they're human too. Next time you see your teacher struggling to do something, help them out. You may think that the people around you will think of you as an op. And I'm gonna let you know, if they think that way, then you should really start rethinking them. I know we covered a lot in today's class, so I do want us to just reflect on the conversation that we had about the scenarios. And for your homework assignment today, keep this one tucked. I want you to think about 2 or 3 Labubus close to you, your homies, and how they can play a big part in you increasing your rarity and getting into the next stage. That's all for today's class, everybody. I'll holla at y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.